Okay, well, this is my art journal, and we just got some new camera equipment, so we're checking it out. But what I thought I would talk about today is the water-soluble pastels, crayons, basically. These are the Reeves brand. It's really nice because there were 48 in there, and I think it was less than $16. It was incredible. And so I'm going to kind of compare these. Look at all those great colors. Compare these to the Caran de Ash. Sure, I'm not saying that right, but these other ones that are about $3 a piece. So this is my little collection of those. I made this little carrier for it. When I started buying them, I didn't. You can see it's more limited, but I've got, some pretty good colors. This little case is something I just bought this material, and I bought some clear plastic and just covered put a little the edging on it, and just sewed it with my regular sewing machine. So it works like this, and you can just roll it up. And I've got a little tie. It's got some leather, and you can just tie it or tuck it in. Actually, is what I usually do, just tuck it in like that. Makes it kind of nice to carry around that way. And when you can roll it out, it's sort of already organized by color and stuff. But I made a bunch of these for colored pencils and things a while back. I have a bucket or basket by my couch because I do most of my journaling by the couch usually, and so kind of have those so I can grab one or two. And I've taken to actually putting them in little school bags that, zipper little pencil sets that go into the notebooks, and I like those too. Those are helpful because you can see in them, see what you're looking at. All right, well, let's get started here. This is going to be, find a blank page here. My grandkids did a little bit of journaling when I was visiting with them, which was so fun. So, if you've ever used any of these before, you just, they just feel just like a regular crayon, no different. Just a regular crayon, kind of waxy feel. But then you apply water, and the magic happens. It's gorgeous what it does. And I think that's why people love the Caran de Ash. Oh, this is gray. I was like, why isn't that coming very strong? It's sort of a ultramarine. Wow. It's really pale. Anyway, there's those. And I'm going to kind of compare that to the Caran de Ash colors. Just put a few out here, and then we'll take some water to it. Not sure how that's filming. This is something I use all the time. This is a water brush. You can keep them in your purse even, they don't leak. I'll show you how it works. This little part is just filled with water. It's just water. It's got this little cap that keeps the water in, but also with this mechanism, you screw it on and you can gently squeeze it and the water will come out. So when I use this, I like to have a paper towel or something. Because when I squeeze it and sort of get it started, just get it wet. You don't have to have it that wet when you're working with these, which is nice, because then you can just use like regular writing paper almost. This paper is very thin on this. It's probably like 70 weight, just regular journaling paper. But when you don't use a lot of water with these, you can have the watercolor effects in your journal without getting all the buckling and all the sloppiness of full-blown watercolors. So you can see what's happening here. It's just taking the pigment, wetting it, and you can do as little or as much as you want to get it, as light, or if you stay real close to it and just keep it right there and don't spread it around a lot, you get a darker, get a darker surface, obviously. You can spread it out until you get really light. Then what I do is I, kind of Just squeeze out a little bit just to kind of clear that out, and you can start again on another color. So you don't blend your colors if you don't want to. Another thing, a trick I learned along the way, I think it was Kathy Johnson. She's a watercolor author and artist, and she has classes online. And she recommended you take a sock. I know this is going to look weird. Just take a sock that's you're not using any longer, cut it off, and then fold it in half. So that's the sock. And then you fold it so it's almost like a cuff. And then she wears one on her wrist when she's out doing painting out landscapes or whatever. Then when she wants to, look at the blue. Ooh, that's gorgeous. That pigment was dark. I'll try to get two that are very similar and do them side by side and see the difference between these two. But that is just a lot of pretty paint. So now, what she would do is just take and wipe that. So it's kind of a convenient way. You don't have to keep dropping your rag or your paper towel. And you've got it right there with you. So it's getting a little dry, so I just squeeze a little more water and it starts to get juicy again. So you can see the application if you do a little picture or something. You can blend colors together, like that was a purple. Just see what happens. That's the fun thing about art journaling. You know, half the fun is just playing around with your new art supplies that you got, and then finding things you like to do, and it helps you develop your style when you're exploring your art supplies and learning along the way and having fun. A lot of times what I do when I'm checking out something like this, I'll make a page like this and then I will doodle over the top of it, so it gives it something fun to look at while you're doing doodling that, you know, just kind of takes your mind to a different place. Okay, so these two look a lot, well, these two look a lot alike, I think. I don't know, we'll try one. Anyway, so this is the Caran, the ash. And we'll just put some right here. Get a pretty good thing. And then we'll put this right next to it. This is the Reeves. So let's see what happens. I want to start with a clean brush on each one, so let me just get that taken care of. Make sure I have enough water in there. All right, here we go. This is the Reeves. That's got a lot of pretty color. Love that red. So that's nice and a lot of pigment. Just wipe that off, and then I'll make sure I got a little water. And this is the Caran. To me, sitting here, I don't think there's that much difference that it makes a whole lot of sense to spend a lot of money on these until you really know that's the thing you love to do and you want to have every single possible color. And then I would say, yes, go for it, because the colors, there's so many more variety of the colors in this. So let's just look at this real close. You see that? This is the Neo Color 2. You want to make sure when you get this brand, you get the Neo Color 2, because you've got to get it water soluble, because they do sell some that aren't, and you will be very disappointed, because then it would be just like a regular crayon. That's what you want if you want to go that route. And then the Reeves, they're available on Amazon. I'm going to put a link out there for these. And they're great because 48 colors for less than $20 is amazing, I think. So I think it was more like less than 15 or 16. So it's pretty fabulous. All right, so that is water-soluble crayons.